I want to bring up the funny Adrian Parrish.
Hey, y'all, let's keep it going for Donovan, our host tonight. He's killing it. So happy to be here tonight. So my name's Adrian. The pronouns I use are I, me, mine. Those are the pronouns I use. First person pronouns, you might remember from 4th grade. Now, but if you're talking about me, first of all, rude. But my pronouns are they, them, theirs. So please shit talk respectfully. I changed my pronouns a few years ago, and I did it mainly to make you uncomfortable. Because, you know, if we're hanging out, at some point you're going to get them wrong, you monster. And you're going to feel a little weird about it, you know, if you're a good person. But, you know, I felt uncomfortable with my own identity for so long, and I felt like it was someone else's turn. There are people who get upset at strangers that have pronouns that are different than they're used to. They treat us like we just renamed Twitter or something. But these are insecure people with amateur nouns. All of mine have gone pro. Yes, I am non-binary, but some of my jokes do identify as dads. And being non-binary, it means different things to different people. For me, it means that I feel like a 30-year-old woman trapped in the body of a middle-aged biker gang member. Yeah, on the outside, I'm Hell's Angels, but on the inside, I'm Charlie's Angels, baby. And yeah, I know what I look like. You know, I had a friend recently tell me that I look like a child's imaginary best friend. Yeah. Tonight, I kind of look like if one of the Duck Dynasty guys went to Ren Fair. Or, you know, if Zach Galifianakis did a few too much mushrooms, started questioning his gender identity. My parents, they weren't wild when I came out as queer, which was kind of ironic, because all my life they've been trying to set me up with this guy named Jesus, who said that he loved me. Sounds pretty gay to me. And he loved me so much that he died for me. That is a queer, dramatic love story right there. And also, have you seen pictures of him? Hot, long-haired guy in a dress? Like, you can't tell me Jesus isn't queer. I've seen those strappy sandals. But that guy, he does not take rejection well. He's like, if you don't love me, you can burn in hell, literally. Like, what is this, the queer ultimatum? Jesus, see a therapist. I swear some men will die on the cross to atone for the sins of all mankind rather than go to therapy. Work on your daddy issues. Speaking of therapy, I am in therapy. Yeah, I hope some of y'all are too. You've laughed at some fucked up shit. You should talk to someone about this. But you know, I'm in therapy, like some people in the non-binary and like gender non-conforming community. I do have some gender dysphoria and some body dysmorphia, which just means like I don't really feel like I fit in a societal norms of what it means to be a man or a woman. I don't always feel comfortable in my own body, and I kind of wish I didn't have a penis. Now, don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against penises or people who have penises. Like, a lot of my friends have penises. My dad has a penis. You know, I come from a long line of penis havers. And I think at this point, the fairy dick mother should show up, because I think I've seen penis enough. But I just don't feel, and you know, I'm also a little gay. So, you know, I enjoy other people's penises. I just don't feel particularly connected to mine, other than the fact that it, you know, it dangles between my legs. And you might be able to tell it by the fact that I call it a penis. Like, that's very, like, medical, very, like, distant. Like, I have trouble calling it, like, a dick, you know? Like, that's a nickname, and we're not that close. Like, probably the closest I could get is Richard. Yeah. And you know, the way I feel about my penis, it makes me, like, it really makes me question why people send unsolicited dick pics. Yeah, like, I mean, again, a little gay, so I don't mind a dick pic. But I just think like they should come with like, I think it should be like a CAPTCHA level, like acceptance to it, Like I think you should get a message and be like, you've got a dick pic, do you want to see it? And if so, can you identify all the traffic lights in this picture? And overall, like having a penis is fine. It's fine. I've looked into surgery for something else, and of course I could get a vagina, which like I am bisexual, so big fan. But if you have a vagina, then you got to deal with Jiminy Flick Clit. Nobody wants that. I've considered like going, full kin down there and just not having anything. But I don't know that like the other Barbies or the Kens or the Allens are into that. What I'd really like is something practical. Something like a cup holder. Because you don't always have one of those when you need one. It'd be nice to just, right there. But I don't think the technology's there yet. Another great option would be like a USB port. Because you always need one of those. Which, like, the USB port is kind of the vagina of technology. Like it keeps everything going. It's a universal connector. A lot of guys don't put it in right the first time. And of course, another great thing that you can do with a penis is sex. If you're into that. If you're into that sort of thing. And not everyone is. It's not everyone's favorite genitalia. It's not the prettiest. I like to think of it as the is Pepsi okay option. And I know this from some personal experience because I was actually married to a lesbian for 18 years. Yeah, so it either took her, lesbians, yeah. It either took her that long to realize that she was a lesbian or that I wasn't one. Which feels like a win for the whole non-binary thing. No, actually, I have a great relationship with my ex-wife. We actually transitioned from calling each other spouse to calling each other platonic life partners, which is the gayest thing I'm gonna say all night. She's a wonderful person. We have a wonderful relationship, and we really always had a wonderful relationship. We just thought sex was bad, which didn't really surprise us because, we grew up Baptist, and that's what we were taught anyway. But it turned out there were two people in our relationship who weren't wild about my penis, which is at least one too many, if you ask me. But things have gotten better. I've gotten out, I've been dating. I found some people who are a little more interested in the equipment my father gave me. Don't worry, I don't call it that in bed. That doesn't go well. But it's been nice, because, I was starting to think of my penis. For a while it wasn't really getting any use. I was starting to feel like maybe I was a non-binary incel. Which, like, representation matters. So, trying to be out there for the team. But, it's been nice because it's gotten some use recently. Because I started to think of my penis as kind of like, that box of cables you have in your house? With, like, old computer cords and phone chargers. You're never going to need those cables again, but you keep them around just in case. I started kind of thinking of my penis that way. But it's gotten some use recently, which is nice. And I always thought it was kind of a shame that I felt this way about my penis, and that I couldn't enjoy sex more. Because, well, I actually have a pretty big dick. All right, y'all, that's my time. My name's Adrian Parrish. Thank you all so much.